Growing up, I love to explore. I love to go hiking and biking and climbing and rappelling. All of these things just so that I could be able to get to know our Mother Nature just a little bit better. I'm Garrick Hamilton, and today I want to take you along with myself to visit Mount Roraima, a fascinating and mysterious mountain. Now, if you don't love the mountains or the great outdoors as much as I do, it's okay. Come along with me still, because I know that you'll find this mysterious mountain just as interesting as I do. Now come along. Now as you're sitting here watching this video and going through these slides, you might be asking yourself, how could a mountain truly be that interesting? What about it would make it different from anywhere else? That's the purpose of why I'm making this video, to share with you something that's truly incredible. There is a vast array of facts and interesting things about Mount Roraima that I would like to share with you today that hopefully will open your eyes and allow you to go forward for yourself to find out more about Mount Roraima. Now, first things first, where is this mountain? Later we'll talk about how Mount Roraima is known as a lost world, but for now we'll talk about its general location. Mount Roraima sits on the border of Guyana, Brazil, and Venezuela, and is a popular destination for explorers, mountain climbers, and people who just are seeking adventure. However, just a few hundred years ago, Mount Roraima was more known as a lost world, a place that nobody had been, and a place that a lot of people never saw themselves going because of how it ascended 1,000 feet into the sky, even above the clouds. Mount Roraima is known by locals and by others as a tupui, which is also meant to mean house of gods. These house of gods were first explored in 1884 by Sir Everard M. Thurn. Thurn was sponsored by the Royal Geographical Society. What Thurn and his colleagues found those days that they were there on Mount Roraima are truly fascinating. They found new species of plants and animals that had never been seen before. One of those creatures is known as the bush toad, only found in Mount Roraima. Bush toads were unknown to the world until explorations started to take place here on this mountain. The only thing similar to the family of the bush toad is a toad found in Africa. Some would argue that this is great evidence for evolution, for it is said that Africa and Mount Roraima were at one time connected. After Everard Thurn ventured to the top above the clouds of Mount Roraima, hundreds and now thousands of people have made the same climb. Along with the bush toad, people who travel to Mount Roraima can also see dragonflies and tarantulas and things that are just unique to the mountain. The information that we now have about Mount Roraima is immense. Different studies of research have taken place by biologists, botanists, geologists, and any kind of ologist you can think of. They have come to believe that this mount is over 2 billion years old compared to other mountains such as the Andes, who are believed to be just about 25 million years old. Still old, but Roraima is composed mostly of sandstone and a base of igneous rock. It looks dark on the outside and from what you can see from the bottom, but on the top, much of the rock is light in color because of the fading of the rain as well as the sun and other weather conditions. It ascends into the sky over 9,000 feet high. As mentioned before, it rises above the clouds, making the pouring rain a constant revisiting guest. Because of the amount of rain that the mountains receive, it has many pools, known to us as jacuzzis, but these jacuzzis are natural and they're filled constantly by the much water that is received. Actually, 20% of the plateau is covered in water. Therefore, you are almost certain to come across bogs, ponds, lakes, and other types of fresh water. The water also creates several majestic waterfalls that can fall thousands of feet. The highest of these is known as Angel Falls. Now, Angel Falls is the world's highest waterfall, plunging 2,647 feet. Angel Falls spills off another nearby Tupperware. While we began to know more about this mount once it was explored in 1814, it didn't come quite as popular until the release of a book in 1912 by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. His fictional novel entitled The Lost World describes mountains similar to those of Roraima. As I understand it, it's something like our modern-day storyline of Jurassic Park, a land unknown to the world with creatures people have never seen before. The mountains even played a role in the Disney Pixar movie Up. As part of their adventures, the main characters actually end up in, on, and around Roraima and other surrounding Tupperwares. Actually, the entire second act's environment was inspired by such mountains. They even went there themselves in order to get correct feel of the Tupperwares. They were told that while many people have seen Roraima today, maybe only 100 have seen some of its neighbors. This is such because some are only accessible by helicopter. While it is great to some that we have all this information about these beautiful plateaus, to others, especially locals, it can get a little chaotic. It's reported that around 2,000 to 3,000 people make the climb each year. It's not just beautiful to the indigenous people known as the Pemon. To them, it's a sacred landmark, one that is now walked on and in some cases mistreated by several thousands of tourists every single year. This sacred symbol has been present for all the generations of the Pemon. One local and current guide says that it used to be more solitary and more of a special place for his people. And while he still loves it, he said there's just too many people sometimes. Restrictions and guidelines are being formed in order to limit group sizes and the amount of people that visit the mountain each year. One of the things that people are most worried about is the destruction of the many plants. As you can see from the many pictures, these plants truly are unique. They've changed over time to live in the harsh conditions of this rocky plateau. There's not much soil actually on the surface, so plants must be strong and have ways in which they can live during dreadful rainy storms and poor soil nutrients. While they may be tough plants, it does not eliminate their beauty and splendor. And this is all I can see from pictures. I can only imagine what it would be like to actually be there, to see them, and to view their beauty. They are unlike any other plant in the world, and for that fact, any other plants in the world. For this reason, the people are set on preserving them. It's also up to those who may have the chance to visit to respect these sacred grounds. Now, in conclusion, this sacred landmark that we call the Lost World is truly a place of beauty. It's a place of uniqueness, a place where we find things that we don't find anywhere else. And that's hard to say about most places, or about any place. Everything around us we see pretty often. But truly there are things that are close by that we never give the shot. I know that there's beauty here in Utah, and beauty that I haven't discovered yet. And my hope is that I can take the time and enjoy these great landmarks and these great places that are right near us. Now, while this one is in Guyana and around Venezuela, I hope that one day I am able to visit there and that I'm able to see these things. Because as I look at these plants through the pictures and I look at the waterfalls and I look at the greatness that it brings, I just hope that one day I'll be able to enjoy them in person. As I said before, I love to explore and I love to climb and do these things, and a 3 to 5 day journey here would be truly amazing. Now, I'm grateful for the references that I've been given and for the opportunity to share this video and to study about this mountain so that I could learn for it myself. And I hope that you enjoyed this video yourself. At this time, my name is Garrett Hamilton, and I am signing off. Thank you.